Well, hello friends, Scott from Platte River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. I check in with you once a week to update you on my keto progress, and I try to check in with you at least one other time during the week, usually to share something that I've discovered about the ketogenic lifestyle, but occasionally to share a little something that I've discovered about this journey that we call life. Now today is Monday, which means that it's not a check-in day, and today I wanted to share a little something with you. I actually had planned on sharing this with you guys on Saturday during my weekly check-in, and then I had such a fantastic day and such a fantastic non-scale victory with the being able to march, or not really march, but walk in the Nebraska Land Days parade with my son, that's kind of what I shared with you this past weekend on Saturday. So this is something that's been on my mind that I wanted to share with you, and so I just decided to go ahead and make a separate video about it. What I wanted to talk with you guys about today is basically, can I stay keto on my vacation? And I believe the answer to that question is yes. And should I stay keto on my vacation? I believe the answer to that question is definitely yes. Now, quick disclaimer. A lot of my friends have just gotten back from the low-carb cruise. Many people chose many different tactics for the vacation. Some stayed very keto. Some stayed carnivore, I'm sure. Some had all the things. I am not talking to any of you directly. So if you think this is about you and I'm somehow be disapproving of your choice that you made on your vacation, whether it be the cruise or any other vacation, it's not about you. It has nothing to do with you. I just have been thinking a lot about going on vacation. I am eventually going to go on vacation this summer. And I've been hearing a lot about other people's vacations because a lot of you were on the cruise and many others of you out there have been on vacations already this summer. And it just got me to thinking about keto and about vacations. If I seem a little glistening today, it's because I actually just finished day 4 of my weightlifting workout, and I'm getting that residual burn, so to speak. I'm still sweating a little bit here, so bear with me there. But anyway, so what I wanted to talk about was staying keto on vacation. First of all, can you do it? Well, of course, of course you can. The answer to that question is yes, I can. Should you? Do you want to? And for me, the answer to that question is also a resounding yes. Now, you're going to make this decision for yourself, and you may not agree with me. You may think that that's the time to take a day off or a week off or whatever the case might be. I'm going to make a case for why I think you can and should stay keto. Once again, this is an individual decision. Not everybody is the same as me. Not everybody has my carb addiction. A lot of you that are out there, not everybody on the keto lifestyle is an abstainer like I am. Some of you are moderators. My wife, who is keto with me almost all the time, is definitely a moderator. So I think this probably applies more to us abstainers out there than to moderators, although I think it can apply to both. And you, again, your individual thoughts on this subject may be very different from mine. I am not a doctor, health professional of any kind. I'm not even a registered anything, not a nutritionist, not a dietitian, none of that. I'm just a guy who's on a journey. And so this is basically my experiences and my thoughts on this subject. So I almost apologize. I don't apologize, but the reason I have all these disclaimers, guys, is because I want everybody out there to know, all my keto friends out there to know, I'm not reading your post or watching your video and going, ooh, I'm going to do a little video to talk about how this person was wrong. Because you're not. Everybody's journey is individual and different. This is simply my experience and my thoughts as I've vacationed over the last 2 years on the keto lifestyle and what I want to do this summer moving forward. And as many of you who haven't already gone on vacation might be thinking about going on vacation, this is just some thoughts for you to think about. And if it's helpful to you, that's great. I hope that it is. But as I prepare these videos, it's very helpful for me to actually think through my own thoughts and my own feelings. And I get a lot out of these. If you get something out of them, I think that's fantastic. Feel free to like my video. You can subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon to let you know the next time I share one of these. But yeah, so this is my experience. I think that you should stay keto on vacation. And here's why. I found the ketogenic lifestyle because I wanted to change my life and my health for the better. I had gotten to the point where what caused me to start living the keto lifestyle in the first place, I'm searching for the word and not finding it suddenly, was a vacation. Actually, 2 years ago, my family went to Florida and we had a beach house that was less than 2 blocks from the beach, and I could barely get from the beach house to the beach. And when I got there, I couldn't sit down on the beach because if I did, I wasn't going to be able to get up. So I would get down, I would walk down to the beach, I would go in the ocean, which I could do. Thank you for buoyancy. That made that doable for me. But then I would immediately get out of the ocean and I would go back to the beach house. And what made me start wanting to live the ketogenic lifestyle, or actually reach out to a friend of mine who is a carnivore to get me started in this way of eating, was because of that. Because my vacation was so lousy that I couldn't hardly enjoy myself at all. And I spent a lot of time at the beach house and at the pool and not down on the beach, which is where we had flown, halfway across the country to be. And so that was what got me started on this lifestyle. And so I've thought a lot about vacations as it relates to the way that I eat. And vacations for me used to always be about the food. It used to be all about the food. What new thing am I going to try in this new place? We would go out to eat every night as a family. There'd be lots of snacks and all that kind of stuff there. And I spent a lot of time focusing on food, as many of you, I'm sure, also have done in the past. You don't get to be 475 pounds, which is where I started this journey, if you don't think a lot about food. But like, vacations to me were so much about food. It's really crazy as I think back on it. All these wonderful places that I've been, and I spent most of my time thinking about where my next meal was going to come from. Now, in the last 2 years, as I've embraced the ketogenic lifestyle, I've actually had the opportunity to go on a couple of vacations and go to a couple of places. And I can't even begin to tell you guys how different it has been, night and day different, to not be focused on the food on vacation, but to be focused on the experiences on vacation. I actually have a really good N=1 experiment, so to speak, me. We went to Hawaii in 2019, which would have been obviously before I started the ketogenic lifestyle. And I wasn't at my biggest, but I was pretty darn close. And I think about that trip to Hawaii, and then we went back in 2022, which was last summer, to the same Hawaiian island. We stayed in the same place. And as I think about the difference in those two vacations, it's just amazing to me. It's not that I didn't have a good time at all the first time I went to Hawaii, but the second time I went, you guys can go back and look. I actually hadn't started my YouTube channel a year ago when I went to Hawaii, but you can go and check out my Facebook page, or I can just at least share with you everything that I talked about on my vacation last year was about the experiences. I kayaked to a waterfall and then hiked into a waterfall. I did a 4-mile hike down into a valley floor and back up the other side to see another waterfall. Wouldn't want to do that hike again, by the way. That was really tough, but I did that. I, every morning, walked down on the beach. I walked 2 or 3 miles every morning. I got to see sea turtles because they would come in first thing in the morning, and the beaches at 6 o'clock in the morning are pretty empty. It was so wonderful, and that was an amazing vacation. I was doing things with my family, with my son and daughter, with my wife. Whereas the three years before that, in 2019, they did the kayak trip and did the walk into the waterfall, and I didn't even go because I didn't feel like I could physically handle that trip. So that is due, at least in part, obviously, to some weight loss. I went from 475 pounds. I think I was about 340 last year on vacation, and I'm down getting close to 300 again, which is great. So obviously that came into play, but the other thing that came into play was how much better I felt. And I've talked to you guys about this many times on my channel, about how much better I feel because of the ketogenic lifestyle. And even though I have a lot of weight to lose still, I have 100 pounds I still want to lose, easy, 100 and a little bit. But I feel so much better because I don't have the inflammation, which means that I can walk and I can run and I can kayak and I can do all those things that I couldn't do before because of the way I'm eating. Now, having said all of that, if I were to go on vacation this year and for that week or whatever, if I were to eat things off the ketogenic lifestyle, it might not just knock me over the first day. Now, I think I might have some issues with the bathroom that might be a problem, but whether or not the inflammation would just shoot into my body right away, I don't know. But what I can tell you for sure is that I don't want to find out. I want to enjoy my vacation. I want to enjoy the experiences that are available to me on my vacation. I don't want to be focused on the food. And again, as an abstainer, if I started down that path, I don't want a piece of a roll. I want all of the rolls until I can't eat anymore. I don't want a part of a slice of cake or a bite of ice cream. I want all of it. That's my personality. That's who I am. That's part of the reason I got to be 475 pounds is I know that if I start, I can't stop. And I didn't go to Hawaii or I didn't go to California or wherever to eat Skittles. I didn't go on that vacation to have ice cream. I didn't go on that vacation to drink Coke. I got on an airplane, flew to the coast so that I could enjoy the weather, the fun things that are there that maybe aren't where I live. And if I even started down that path of going off of keto for my vacation week, it would become all about the food. I would feel lousy and I wouldn't be able to do the things that I wanted to do. So that's my advice to you guys as you think about your vacation. Again, you have to think about yourself. You might be a moderator. You might be able to have that bite of roll or that bite of cake and you might be fine. I can tell you that for me, I absolutely know that I could not do that. There's just no way that that would work for me. And so I know going into the vacation that I want to stay keto. And I would suggest this to you also. If part of the reason that you're thinking about maybe going off of keto for your vacation is because you want to quote unquote treat yourself or do something, have a little time off planned because that's something that helps you to keep going, might I suggest that you take your time off of keto not while you're on vacation, not while you have extra temptation, so to speak, not while you're so out of normal. Most of us have a pretty normal routine, whether that be, like me, you go to work every day, you have the weekend, but, you have very much a routine. Breakfast is at this time, lunch is at this time, dinner's at this time. Well, that's not really true for me right now because I'm doing OMAD, eating one meal a day, but dinner is at this time, right? Every day. Whereas on vacation, you're like, what country am I in? What day is it? It's 5 o'clock somewhere song. You don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. Some of my friends who were just on the low carb cruise said that there was a thing in the elevator on the floor that told you what day it was, which was a good thing for all of them because they said otherwise they wouldn't have known what day it is. So you're really out of your routine. And then if you put on top of that, all of a sudden eating off of a plan that you've worked really hard to put together for yourself, I think that can easily be a recipe for disaster. So might I suggest, if you feel like you need to take a small break from keto and have a vacation from keto, that you take your vacation from keto separate and apart from your actual vacation. Maybe that's a terrible idea for you, but that's something that I'd thought about, that if you feel like you really need that maybe your vacation is not the time to have that, in addition to all the other different things that are going to be going on in your life. So, yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I had one other thought that I did want to share with you, and that is just another little part of my journey. Wanted to share with you how great it is in my life to have confidence again in myself. Do I look like I would like to look someday? No. Do I still have a bit of a belly? Yes. Having said that, because I know that the keto lifestyle is the lifestyle for me and it's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, I have a confidence that I didn't used to have. I have confidence because I know that I'm going to get where I want to get as far as my relationship with Earth gravity. I'm going to continue to be able to do more things and be more active with my family. And because of that, I had this confidence that I didn't used to have. I was actually talking with my wife the other day. Is there any way that I possibly ever would have shared videos with any of you in the place that I was 2 years ago? Definitely not. I was a shy person. I was a person who did not want to share my life. I tried to hide quite a bit in my life. And because of keto, I have found this confidence, and I'm so thankful for it. I know I really don't look great in a bathing suit, but I kind of don't care anymore. I think it was Miriam Bear from Keto Chow talked about how, I don't know if it was the first time ever, but the first time in a while that she felt comfortable wearing bathing suit shorts. She says she's used to wearing really long shorts, and this time she didn't because she felt good and she was able to do that. And guys, I may not look great in a swimsuit. I definitely don't look great in a swimsuit, but I have confidence now that I didn't used to have. And I have a rash guard to keep all of this from becoming this red color very much. But when I jump in the pool now or when I jump in the ocean, I'm going to feel confident to take that off because I feel good about me. And that is something that comes from inside of me, and I'm very thankful for that. I just wanted to share that with you. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it hasn't been too crazy, weird, and rambly. But if you haven't been on vacation yet this summer, I would invite you to think about maybe staying keto on vacation. I know that I'm going to. That's my plan. Actually taking a trip to Utah for a week where I'm actually going to work, but we're going to be on vacation. Definitely planning on staying keto, and I have another vacation, an actual vacation where I'm not going to work remotely, and we're headed to California, and I'm going to stay keto because I feel the best when I do, and I'm able to enjoy and experience life when I do. Keep calm and keto on, guys. We'll talk to you again soon.